housing fund, because that's the elephant in the room. If so, now, let me just make a guess. I don't know what is the solution. So today, you know, nyinyi hamuelewi hii maneno. Quite honest, this is what I call a sweetheart deal. Now, so another venye nimesweat. Doubt you. Sorry, you're going to have that. Sorry, I am very normally animated. Guess what? You know, you see why I am struggling piki ponki and how can I? Huh?
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. William Samoei Ruto is receiving a blow after the court has come out to suspend the House Levy Act in the Finance Bill of the year 2023-2024. This House Levy was a kind of burden to Kenyans, as court has just come out to stop the implementation of the House Levy. This was not the issue that started today. This is an issue that started when William Samoei Ruto came out forcing his members of parliament to come out and pass this finance bill. And because it seems like this finance bill was going to benefit his government a lot when it comes to the money that was going to be collected. But because these members of parliament that are allied to William Samoei Ruto never came out understanding the reason why they were coming out to impose this finance bill, or not finance bill, but house levy to the people. It was only Gathoni wa Muchomba who came out saying that this house levy was purely scandal. Because when it comes to the discussion in the National Assembly, it passes through several names. That the first time was about house levy. And the second name was about now the taxation. So according to Gathoni wa Muchomba, she came out saying that this house levy was just a pending scandal that was going to hit Kenya if any case courts were not going to decide and defend the people. And because of the statement of Gathoni wa Muchomba.
Better welfare. Mr. Speaker, I have gone to my people in Githongori constituency and they have told me very loudly that the government of Kenya, through the Finance Bill Proposal 2023, it is punitive, it is oppressive, and it is scandalous. We started off with issue of housing. We came up with contribution. We moved from contribution. We made it a levy. We have moved from the levy. Now we are calling it a task. Is that not scandalous? For the welfare and the society and the just government of the people, I, Gathoni wa Muchomba, say no to an oppressive bill. Thank you.
Statement of Gathoni wa Muchomba was well received by the people. But on the other side of William Ruto, they never came out understanding why they were coming out to, rather, they came out now not calling even house levy. They came out calling it now taxation. Is it house levy or taxation? That is the question. But despite of that, today, Fred Ogola, who is a lawyer at the same time activist, was among those lawyers who came out going and appealing to stop this house levy. And today, during the court session, Fred Ogola came out saying that if court is not going to defend the people, then it is so sad for common mwananchi to go back to these hyenas. And when he was coming out to describe William Ruto's government as hyenas, the judge never came out hesitating, but trying to tell Fred Ogola to sit down. I want you to watch how Fred Ogola was coming out to explain for the people in the court that it was now the duty of the court to stop this house levy that are being now implemented in the name of building houses, but at the same time, it is in simplest form of scandal. So Fred Ogola came out saying,
Justice or judiciary can tell us that go back to the people elected, because you simply told us that it is the judiciary, no, it is the legislature and the executive that are elected that have the suffrage to take care of us. But you are thinking we come to you when we are hurt by these hyenas, and if you tell us to go back to the hyenas, you know very well the consequences that will do to us.
I think,
and
Daktari,
last but not least, Your
that
Honor,
is language that is not permitted.
Okay.
Here we respect
I will
everybody.
withdraw the words.
Everybody has, as I keep saying, whatever you may think of all these people, we are human beings, number one. We have responsibilities under the Constitution, you, I, MPs, lawyers, litigators. So let's respect everybody.
Yes, I do.
So sit down. Thank you very
I
much.
withdraw that. My last comment.
Thank you. No, sit down.
I withdraw that.
Sit down. Please sit down.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
We have had you. E254.
but as if that is not enough, William Ruto's team never came out explaining for us the dark secret behind this house levy. Because there are two names that William Ruto's team and himself, they're coming out to describe this house levy. Number one, house levy. Number two, taxation. Are we describing it like taxation, or are we describing it like house levy? And why should you come out and deduct Kenyans' money if they don't want those houses? For example, someone has just built his or her home. He or she is owning a home. There is no need for a president or a government to come out and impose this house levy taxation or deduction. Then William Ruto came out saying that if you are owning a home, it is your duty to ensure that your neighbor who does not have a home must have a home. And that was now to deduct those who are already having homes, and this money that is being deducted is going to be used to build home or houses for these people who do not own houses. At the same time, we were told that this was going to help Kenyans to at least have affordable housing and modern housing. But when you look at the criteria these people are using, is simply exposing William Ruto and his team, because they don't have well-planned process and mechanism on how people are going to have these houses. You will find that their close schemes are owning these houses. You will find even these houses are being sold to some individuals who will be the owners of these houses. You're being told that when you're going to afford, or rather to live in those houses, you're going to pay rent. Then at the same time, there's certain money you will pay that in some period of years, you'll own that house. Which when you look at the kind of percentage, or rather the kind of years they're coming out to say, will shock you. Someone will die even not owning that home. So this is just a kind of dark secret schemes that are being exposed as court is coming out to stop William Ruto to come out to try and implement this punitive act and scandalous type of project that William Ruto is having. So when Gathoni Muchomba came out saying this, people never came out understanding her. At the same time, when the PS, Charles Hinga, came out explaining, sweating, sweating, confused, even not understanding how to explain to Kenyans, this is how Charles Hinga behaved.
I'm introducing the housing fund because that's the elephant in the room. If so, now, let me just make a guess. I don't know what is the solution. So today, nyinyi hamuelewi hii maneno. Quite honest, this is what I call a sweetheart deal. Now, so unaona hata venye nimesweat doubt you. Sorry, you're going to have that. Sorry, I am very normally animated. This for guess what? You see why I am struggling piki ponki and how can I? Huh?
I don't believe that this house levy is going to benefit Kenyans. I don't. Because, for example, myself, why should a government deduct my money because they're building me a house? I've not told a government that I want a house. I have mine. Why should you come out and deduct me? You want to build me a home? Hakuna mtu amekuuliza unikate pesa, unijengee nyumba. Already I have a house. Why should you come out and deduct my money? That is the question Kenyans are asking. Those who do not have homes, let them come out and contribute willingly, without anyone coming out to force them. Because in the name of forcing them, you'll come out burdening Kenyans. In fact, overburdening them. Because taxes are so heavy, again you're adding this house levy. So I think court coming out to decide this, it is a win to Kenyans. But at the same time, this is just a kind of reservation. Are we going to see a court crafting out this house levy inside this finance bill? Because at the same time, the finance bill was taken to court. And then the court came out giving William Ruto an okay to implement this finance bill act, which according to me, there are several issues that the government of the day could have come out to correct. Because for me, it was not fair. It is not fair for someone to be deducted and is not willing or she's not willing to deduct for the reason of building her or him a house. Again, there's something that I realized with William Ruto. William Ruto came out saying that because they were having insufficient land for building these houses, William Ruto came out saying that those in rural areas, they were to move to urban so that they can find a land to build houses. It is something that is going against what they said. You cannot tell people of rural areas to come and live in urban centers. Then we should leave rural for them to build houses. We saw a kind of articulations of the Ministry of Land that anyone who was not going to use his or her land for about starting 10 years, 15 years, 25 years, they're going to re-own it. The government is going to take the land and they're going to re-own the title deed. And that is where we are, we as Kenyans. So the court to come out to stop, it is a win for Kenyans. But at the same time, as there is just a kind of reservation, I don't think if William Ruto will accept that. Because wewe ukiangalia pesa yenye nasanywa kwa hii house levy, it is huge amount of money that these people are collecting. And when you look at the activity, the way they are pushing it, it is as if it is going to benefit common mwananchi, but this money is benefiting them. Wewe ushangae mtu ni president anavaa mshipi ya 450 mshipi 450,000, 450,000. Mtu anavaa viatu ya 15,000. Kwa mili yake yote anavaa almost to 700,000. Na hii ni pesa inatoka kwa public coffers. This is public resources that these people are using to buy their vehicles, clothing, kila kitu, maisha yao yote. Wakiwa na wanafunzi bado wanaenda university, pesa inalipwa na serikali. I've seen that. And that is why when we are saying that this house levy is not good, some people think like ati hii ni mzuri. Nimeona wengine wanasifu. Nyinyi msifu tu. But for us, or let me say for me, I will not accept that. Let the government do it for those who don't have. But those who are willing to have their own money and build their houses, I don't see any problem. You cannot come out to force someone to own a house. Can you? Can you come out and force anyone to own a home? And someone is not willing. And why should you come out and deduct his or her money? Because you want to build her or him a house somewhere. I think it is not fair, and let the government come out to rewind why they are taxing Kenyans when it comes to house levy. What do you think? Drop your opinion at the comment section below. Otherwise, thank you so much because of great support. Please consider subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing this video.